Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Collie!
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
Which should I choose?
should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.
Which should I choose? And a radish veggie soup. Haven't you heard of It's been getting quite busy recently. Should I choose?
Today's recommendation is the steak.
Very well. I shall put my... Be still. Ah. Gather! Cascade! Solidify!
I see everything.
Stabilize! Be still.
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was. Ah.
All right, let's go. If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready. It's hard to remain on dry land for so long. Never quite seem to get my land legs back. It's hard to remain on dry land for so long. Never quite seem to get my land legs back. If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready. If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
Everyone hold hands!
Solidify!
¿Qué tal? Buena, Reptil. ¿Todo bien? Ay, espérate. Muy bien, tío. Pues nada, que sea leve la jornada. Que pase bien y que sea leve. ¿Qué horas allí en tu país, Reptil? Qué humilde está. Ah, bueno. Que empiezas a las
If you
5 a
ever want to
currar, a lo
trade
mejor.
tactics, I'm always
Es tarde,
ready.
tarde. Aquí son pues casi 5 horas más tarde, claro. Son las 10 prácticamente de la noche.
Gather!
Yo de España. Un poco ruda la situación, pero bueno. Ya, es lo que hay.
Solidify.
Que no falte el furro. Dando el tema como está.
Stabilize.
Committed to memory.
Bueno, dos sumiles, bien. Ay. Poco a poco, tío, es lo importante. Hay que ir poco a poco y a currar, que es lo bueno. Y que dure el curro, eso es lo fundamental. Que no está el tema.
My mind is growing even bigger. It feels like you could fit the entire sky and ocean inside it.
Solidified!
Bien, dos humiles, dos humiles. Me falta un sumil más.
Something on your mind again? Let's work through it together. Two...
Gather!
Everyone hold hands!
Solidify!
I see everything!
Turn it is.
Dos humiles. Epchete, Epchete.
The weather is lovely and warm. Things are about to start getting lively again. If you're not sure what to do next, how about I take you on a walk? Something on your mind again? Let's work through it together. Two heads are better than one. If you're not sure what to do next, how about I take you on a walk?
Very well.
To see the world for yourself to appreciate how beautiful it is. Hey! Everyone hold hands!
All right, next let's see your right hand. But please remember that you still need...
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the...
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a
But I have a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah! Since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, and if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tighnari, we're ready to head out.
Got it! I'll be right there! All right, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Kale.
Yes, you can count on me. So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tighnari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger. Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. We handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the range. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven. Paimon, Traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
I'm dead on my feet.
2 lamps. Let's move to the next ones. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good.
¡Épchete! De los chetíferos sumíferos de California. ¿Qué tal? No sabía que había desbloqueado los Aranara con esta cuenta, pensaba que no. Qué ilusión me hace ver que ya los he desbloqueado. Debo haber hecho las misiones de rana ya. Pues no lo visualizaba, tío. Qué raro. Me alegro, ¿eh? No pensé que me fuera a aparecer ahora el Arana King Skywalker este. Bueno, flotando no, esperando que venga ya para no drama, tío. Y ojalá la saque, claro. Porque no la tengo garantizada y no tengo protos para una doble vuelta. Ojalá. De verdad que así lo deseo, Kusaba. De verdad que así lo deseo, Kusaba. Voy a hacer esto y ahora sigo con la misión de Colei. Mañana es el día S, Sumil. Ah, mañana es el día Sumil. Vale. Usa Kusaba para abrir un camino. Ah, tengo un deseo pocho. Me acabo de hacer... ¿Cómo es? Es Anakin Skywalker, chaval, que usa la fuerza. Pues yo pensé que no tenía hecho los Alanara, tío. Lo puedo garantizar. Estoy flipando tanto como tú. Cojo este gamusino y me voy. No voy a hacer la misión ahora porque me puedo morir. Luego vuelvo a Anakin Skywalker. Estaba haciendo la misión principal con Colei y de repente han salido los sumiles aquí. Entonces tengo la lira ya. Sí, tengo la lira. Hostia, pues no sé en qué momento lo he hecho, tío. Tengo lagunas de memoria. Pero sí la tengo, la tengo. ¿Dónde está Colei? Colei. Colei. Aquí. No, me faltan todas las historias a la Nara. O sea, todas son todas. Yo creo que todavía no he ido al Bandarana siquiera.
It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't
Creo,
worry.
no
If
sé.
you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure
Bueno,
Master
iré
wouldn't mind if you don't clean the
avanzando la
statue.
historia principal, sí.
Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then.
Paimon will fly up with you and, by the way,
That depends.
huh? Greater Lord, oh, is that the name of the former?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful to the people of Sumeru. She's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago. According to what Masters told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Siristana.
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened to be...
Huh? You're not too sure? But
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. But...
maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then...
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you two strangers. Because you two know Amber, right?
Wait,
Amber.
Amber? You mean...
Amber. La campeona de vuelo de Mondstadt.
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of...
La verdad es que es muy monina, Amber. A mí me cae muy
sorry.
bien. ¿A qué otra? No me rayes, no me spoilees. Supongo que la debo haber rescatado, claro, ¿no? Bueno, no, del todo no, rescatado no. Si eso es el final de la historia que dice. Me quedan 300 misiones de Aranara. Buah, rescatado, dice. Allí seguirá la burbuja, digo yo.
Sorry.
Es que no sé en qué punto estoy de los Aranara, tío. O sea, estoy totalmente como si lo hubiera hecho sonámbulo. O sea, no tengo... como si fuera la otra Layla, ¿sabes? He flipado cuando se me ha aparecido la Arana aquí. Skywalker, digo, coño. Ya, pero que me lo iré haciendo con calma, ¿eh? No te creas que me voy a estresar, porque si no me puedo morir.
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, in one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon. But I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, so
that's how...
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
Qué moninas, Colei,
That's
también.
alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Suristana until you mentioned them.
Oh, I'm happy that was
Reina Mayor
helpful.
Rukkhadevata.
There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Dendro Archon? So that's why you're here.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here shortly. I'm not a very good climber. I'll go check the facilities up ahead. By the way, once we're done with our work here...
Acabo de hacer 4 hipostasis dentro para subir a esta línea. Y una de las veces me ha dado un sumil solo. Como te dije. Pero bueno, ya la tengo al 60, nacida chetida. Que la tenía al 40.
Huh. Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue... Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Será Ruka de Bata, no creo que a Kusanali le hicieran estatuas.
You might be right. The statue does look kinda old. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue.
No voy a subir
Paimon will
todavía
fly
hasta
up
que
and
no
take
tenga un
care of the
equipo en
top and you
condiciones.
clean everything below.
Sube tú, que tú sí que lo tienes en condiciones, cabrón. No, de momento no voy a subir. Hasta que no tenga un equipo así chetífero en condiciones, no voy a
That's
subir.
one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
No me urge ni lo necesito de momento, gracias a Dios.
Welcome back.
Yo abusar no, yo sentirme cómodo por lo menos, un poco confortable. Cuando tenga ya varios personajes chetados al 70 bien equipados, bueno, por lo menos
Not to worry. I wrapped a
bien
few layers
chetiles.
of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Those pitas are amazing. You're quite the cook, Kale.
Sí, sí, me
Goodness, you
han
wrapped
dado
them
uno,
in paper.
solo una
Paimon
vez.
wouldn't have been able to sleep
Luego
at
las otras
night.
3 me han dado 2.
You really know how to compliment them. Since you
Pero
like
no
it
la había
so
hecho
much,
ninguna vez
I'll be sure to give you a copy of the
la
recipe sometime.
hipostasis dentro.
I'll even include...
Con esta cuenta, claro.
Thanks, Kale.
Oh,
So,
Y ya ha subido a Najida al 60 por lo menos.
don't you think Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything.
no, you've got the wrong... I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. But Master's actually very... Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called...
Amurta.
Something?
Amurta se llama.
Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, but Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. I know, right? I've always wanted to pet them too. Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the Academia, but he chose to stay here instead as a forest watcher, helping the locals every day and passing on his knowledge to trainees. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why, is he going to die?
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you. Hey! Now even Kale's starting to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some Paimonial wrath!
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just... I didn't mean that.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that.
Ojalá, de verdad que sí, porque me gustaría mucho tenerla en el equipo de no drama.
Well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharvaville.
Si saliera Kokomi ya sería... Buah,
What was up with Kai just
no
now?
lo creo.
And
Ojalá
why is
se
she
hubieran
in
vuelto a
such a
equivocar los
hurry all of
leakers,
a
coño.
sudden? Look,
Te lo
she's
digo.
practically running back. Paimon can't even see her now.
Prefiero que ponga a Kokomi ahora la 3.7 y ya en la 3.8 que al revés, ¿sabes? Pues yo creo que irá por ya, y por lo que te he dicho ya 1000 veces. Con Dendro y con Hydro es mucho más práctica ya que la Shogun. La Shogun me encanta, tendré que skipearla, claro. Pero es que la Shogun va teniendo más reruns que Yae, ¿sabes? Ya es un personaje que no ha tenido muchos reruns. Sin embargo, la Shogun pues va teniendo... La Shogun me encanta, claro, por lore, por tal. Pero realmente el tema de la Shogun es que tiene el burst de los 7 segundos de la ulti y ya, vale, sí, tiene elementales H-Til, pero ya. Pero lo que mola de ya es lo que hemos hablado ya siempre, ¿sabes? Y yo es trolear los filtradores, ya te digo.
Yep, we're back.
Oh, Kale? Yes.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait.
I am dead on my feet. I think...
En la 3.6... Bueno, en la 3.6 solo sabían la parte de Najida y Nilou. La segunda parte no la sabían. Bueno, sí, sabían Baizu, pero no sabían el otro. ¿Quién era el otro? ¿Quién es el otro? Ganyu. Se rumoreaban Najida, Nilou, Baizu y de momento no se sabía quién más venía. Luego dijeron Ganyu casi al final. Pero acertaron bastante. La verdad. Aceptaron bastante con... Yo supongo que será como está, como han liqueado, vamos, que vendrá 3.5, no, claro, ahí la cagaron, sobre todo con Ayaka y con Senji, que rompió
Paimon
a
was
todos.
thinking all night about what happened with Kale.
El tema
And
es
still
ese,
can't
que
figure out what the problem might
yo
be.
supongo que vendrá ya con...
Maybe she's in a better mood
¿Con
now.
quién venía? Con...
Let's go check on her.
¿Con quién venía Yae? No me acuerdo. Yae... Ah, y yo y Milla, Yae, yo y Milla. Y por el otro lado que vengan Kazuha y Almacén. Sí. Es lo que se espera. Pero claro, no se sabe. Lo más seguro es que ya yo y Milla vengan
it's you
casi
two.
al
I was just about to go
90%.
look
Luego
for you.
ya la segunda parte, lo que es Kazuha al Haitam, ahí a lo mejor nos pueden sorprender con una Kokomi, por ejemplo. O una Shogun.
Huh? Tainari? What
No
are
lo
you
sé.
doing here?
I came to check on Kale.
You mean she's sick? How could she be...
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some... Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself.
Mañana, bueno, podría venir, sí, claro, pero... Venti no creo porque ha salido hace poco. Zhongli relativamente ha salido también. Sería la Shogun, claro. Najida acaba de salir. Bueno, Zhongli le tocaría otro rerun. Puede que mañana... Bueno, puede. O sea, de ser podría ser o Zhongli o Shogun. Pero no creo que metan un Arconte así. No sé.
I
No
suppose
es
it's
una versión muy de
understandable, though.
Arconte y menos un
She
Arconte
hasn't
como
been
la
around
Shogun.
anyone she considered a
La Shogun
friend
es
for
muy
some
chetil,
time now.
pero yo creo que
It
ya
must have been
funciona mejor
refreshing for her to have you two here.
con Najida y con Kokomi. Por lo que decimos, porque deja los pinos y fuera. Mientras que la Shogun mete el boost de 5 o 6 segundos, cha, los espadazos y ya está, ¿sabes? Es más sumi.
So, Tainari, what's...
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking...
No, creo que no. De venir viene la 3.8, según se rumorea.
All right, let's
Me parece
continue
la
our
3.7
conversation
no va a
here,
meter
shall we?
nada. En
To
esta
be
han
honest,
metido
I hadn't so just to
el desierto
clarify,
este,
well,
pues en
because,
la que viene
and
no toca
honestly
nada.
speaking, but she and
So, Tainari,
Ya te lo
right.
digo.
Ever since she was a child,
Exacto, la
yes,
3.8
it's at
se
first
rumorea que
the
vendrán
afflicted
las
may only
islas
feel
que
mild
no serán
numbness on
islas.
effect in
Que
its final
será
stages. The
una
disease
zona
strips a
temporal también, pero
Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to
pero
be
no serán las
correct.
islas
That
de
would be the
siempre,
effects of Elazar,
manzana
which is
dorada.
precisely why, with appropriate, nevertheless.
What?
Pero en teoría será una zona
It
que es
appears you already are
temporal
familiar.
también.
Anyway,
No sé qué será, claro.
I
Si
have
está a
no
mitad del
idea how
mapa no
this.
le veo mucho
However,
sentido.
Kale
No lo
is
sé,
a resilient.
realmente.
Oh, by the
Si
way,
sea una zona de Pasafontaine, tendría
well,
sentido. O yo
Kale
qué sé
once
qué.
thought.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take...
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is... Though I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. All right, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some
Yeah, we'd like to do something.
All right, but I must warn you too. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as the Nilot Pala lotus. It's often used to help the...
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Nilot Pala lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. The Nilot Pala lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's
Sí, yo estoy
surface.
intrimuladillo.
Quite an attractive species, if you ask me.
La verdad, tengo ahí un poco
The
el
large
tirolino,
petals are
¿sabes?
actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of
La
the
verdad que sí
plants
que tengo
found
un
in
poco de
Sumeru have
incertidumbre.
names that are contrary to their
Por
species.
ver a ver qué viene al final.
Take the Calpulata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, and is completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh. Okay then. Note to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
Bueno, pero ya es más llevadero. Ya a mí no se me hace tan duro una semanita ya, pues bueno. No sé, vamos, a mí precisamente es decir, solo una semana falta.
Gather!
This may hurt a little.
Cascade!
Joder, no da luz, tío, qué mierda.
Yes. Very nice.
Porque suena todo el rato como si hubiera un gamusino por aquí. Suena todo el rato. Blup. Pero no lo veo en el minimapa.
I see everything.
No me lo deja coger. ¿Por qué? Porque solo es de la misión, a lo mejor, ¿o por qué?
Everyone hold hands.
Sí, sí, no me lo deja coger porque solo es de la misión. Qué cabrón. Bueno, una semanita, tío, pues es una semanita.
There should be Nilo. If you could manage to, we'll rendezvous here once you've.
Alright, we've gathered enough new and follow lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari.
Una semanita es una semanita,
We found the lotus.
Let me have a look. I'm glad you two.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's.
Ah, yeah. Let's go find out what's going on.
Para un tío como tú, una semanita, eso no es nada. Todo es muchatilla.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you.
What's going on?
We just discovered a wither.
The withering is back? Can you tell?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks.
And the radius of the contamination?
Hoy se va.
Sorry.
día rápido.
No one in our patrol.
Okay, I understand.
A ver mañana, yo estoy intrinuladillo por el
You two have
stream.
only just. There's a unique.
Por los
the affected
personajes
areas-
y un poquito
Yes,
por el
Amir-
evento,
as
a ver
Amir
cómo va a ir
That's right.
orientado con lo de las
Only
cartas. No
someone
creo
with
que
a
sea
vision
todo
can bench, but
partida,
you
no
don't
sé,
seem to-
no lo
Don't
sé,
worry.
no sé realmente.
Don't sweat it.
Wait, you've met.
No,
anyway,
no tengo ni
since-
idea. Estoy un poco intrinuladillo por el tema. Me temo que será un evento un vídeo cortito de estos de media hora larga, como mucho, ¿sabes? No creo que sea mucho más. Pero bueno. Pero a ver si da de sí y tal. Creo que regalan un arco
Look, that gloomy area
de
over there looks
maestría,
like
me
a withering
parece,
zone.
creo.
Even though Paimon's seen one.
All right, traveler. We're about to enter the withering zone. Since you already have experience, but please remember, don't push yourself. If at any point it becomes too much. You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Stabilize!
¿Dónde está el dendroculo?
Solidify!
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor. Now, destroy the tumor of the withering.
Bueno, no sé si será amarillo o buenillo.
Yes.
No
Thanks
sé.
to you two. It's that obvious. Recently, if that simply meant more work. For instance,
Hombre, ha habido
this
armas de evento
presents a
muy buenas,
crisis
muy
for,
chulas,
and most disturbingly,
Ya no
as
solo
the...
la de Albedo, que es
I'm
Jesucristo
still
para
not
él,
sure of the exact reason.
pero ha habido
However,
armas bonitas.
no, none that
El
we know of.
catalizador de Encanomilla,
The
ese que te da
withering has
tanta
been
recarga,
recorded in
está muy bien,
Sumeru
por
for
ejemplo.
millennia. It's
El arco de
by the
Encanomilla, ese que
way,
te daba los 3
Irminsul is a
bufos según
tree
la hora
located
del
deep
día,
beneath the surface.
también está
I'm sure
bastante
you've heard of ley
bien.
lines, right? They're like
El
the roots
mandoble
of
este que nos
Irminsul,
acaban de dar, de
spreading and extending
maestría,
from a
para KB
massive
le va muy
cavern
bien,
deep
por
underground.
ejemplo.
Ley lines
Es
continue.
decir,
The
que
Dendro Archon is
yo creo
known
que
as,
las armas que
and
han dado, el
as
de
for the
Estreo
withering,
Ponzoñoso estaba bastante
that's
bien
right.
también, no era un mal
My
arma.
ancestors learned of. I'm afraid we Rangers. All right.
La lanza de Cino, la del evento de Monsters, la que le llevas tú a... La que le llevabas a Shogun, también está bien. ¿Sabes? Es decir que... No la tengo, como que no tienes. Tienes la lanza, te hablo de la lanza del evento de Monsters, esa, la que lleva el águila, la que es como una alabarda. Esa sí que la tienes, la llevas a Shogun, creo. Sí que la tienes, Sumin. Ya te digo, han puesto bastantes... Han dado bastantes armas. Y la verdad, las armas, pues no son malas. A ver, evidentemente no son las mejores armas del mundo, pero tampoco son malas, ¿sabes? Con lo cual, pues oye, bien. No, no hay ningún arma de evento, nunca ha sido de 5 estrellas, siempre han sido de 4.
The withering zone. Huh?
Nunca han regalado un arma de 5 estrellas.
Is that?
No, no,
Oh,
es de
no.
4, es de 4.
Hypatia.
Pero para Albedo es como si fuera de 5, porque le da una defensa brutalísima a la muerte.
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her.
Oh, her? How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh?
Yes. Allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This...
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you...
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler. Take a smell and see.
No, no, no es su arma. No. O sea, le va muy bien porque le da un bufo a la defensa brutal.
So,
pero...
how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling... But wait, how'd you know that he...
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw when you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all, though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not my forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Ruka Devata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was a part of my responsibilities to... Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Irminsul itself. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneal are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul.
That sounds Will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored—
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, please, wait here for a moment.
Albedo Chetedo, tío.
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her, and she'll answer any questions you may have. No, I should be the one thanking you.
Ahora vengo, chete, voy a la cocina un momentín. Hay paseo.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds. Our recent catch was great. Definitely have enough for a grand feast this time.
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds flew by. Our recent catch was great. Definitely have enough for a grand feast this time. Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds. Our recent catch was great. Definitely have enough for a grand feast.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea. Ah.
Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds flew by. Catch was great. Definitely have enough for a grand feast this time. Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds flew by.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
Vale, ya he vuelto. ¿Qué dices? Me creía era la suya. Espérate que te he perdido. No te gustaba Yato y ahora mira, lo tienes, jaja. Sí, en esta cuenta sí. Por eso lo quiero probar a ver, porque ya te digo, como en el evento me fue tan bien, me ayudó tanto, tío, digo, pues a lo mejor está bien el personaje. Que es humilde y te gustó. Sí, ya te digo que el diseño me rompe un poco con Genshin. Eso es lo que me... Fíjate, igual que tiro por diseño, muchas veces también no tiré por diseño, aunque sea buen personaje, que probablemente lo sea, pues no tiré por diseño, porque es que me rompe un poco, pero bueno. Lo que no me convence es la definitiva que no hace daño. Hombre, sí hace, no hace una locura, pero sí hace daño, ¿eh? Las púas esas que caen de agua hacen daño, pero claro, lo bueno de la ulti de Ayato, pues es que si está lloviendo todo el rato, pues puedes ahí hacer un permafrost, vaporizados, cosas, ¿sabes? Es una lluvia constante. Que va aplicando, yo supongo que aplicará buen hidro, claro, luego la probamos, porque la tengo cargada, me parece, o no, no la tengo cargada, pero bueno, ya la usaremos, ¿sabes? Entonces, a ver, no es una ulti chetífera como la de Dilu, no es una ulti de hacer daño masivo, más bien es una ulti de soporte, yo creo, ¿sabes? Podría curar un poco, ya que el tío hace más daño por vida máxima, podría curar, eso sí, no mucho, no una locura, pero algo, ¿sabes?
Anyway, I'll go prepare call. Rest assured.
¿Dónde está Hypatia? Hypatia, Hypatia, Hypatia.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Pero sí, yo creo que puede estar bien el hallazgo.
Hello? Hypatia? Hey, there's nobody here. Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
No sé qué tal. Bueno, a ver, pues por probar, algo diferente.
There you are. Hypatia, are you over?
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait. Why does it look super...
mal rollo da cuando ves que pone portal de resurrección activado.
This place is huge.
¿Sabes?
Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Oye, el tío Chetil, ¿no? En un momento, ¿o qué? ¿O me lo ha parecido a mí? El Chetel, ¿eh? Tienes cara de brincoseta, amigo? ¡Ay! Me caigo. Oye, yo creo que el tío ha metido ahí unos buenos espadazos en un moment y... A ver, que están sumiles los personajes, pero que yo creo que hacía un dañito decente. No es una locura, claro, porque tiene artefactos sumiles y cosas sumiles todo, ¿sabes? O sea, tampoco es que digas, oh, es que Jesucristo. No, está mal equipado. Lo único que tiene es la espada de su hermana. Eso sí, que le va bien. Eso sí que le va bien. La espada de su hermana le va muy bien. Y se nota. ¿De aquí vengo o aquí voy? Sí, de aquí venimos, ¿no? ¿O no? No sé, me pierdo. De aquí venimos, ¿no? ¿O no? Mira, un atrapasueños. Qué chetil eres, qué chetil. No tengo pies.
What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Nunca entenderé por qué te traen aquí a Inazuma, ¿sabes? En este dominio. No veo la relación entre Sumeru e Inazuma, ¿sabes? No le veo sentido. esta otra. Epsetet.
Gather!
Everyone hold hands.
Mind the deluge.
Minute to memory.
Mira si hacen daño las gotas que caen, Me hacen una locura porque además mi Hayato está sumil. Pero si hacen daño los cuchillos que caen.
Be still.
Cofretil, tío. Con la espada de su hermana, chaval, Jesucristil, el tío. Ahí va, mira, me volví mosquito otra vez. No. Lo único que tiene bien es la espada de su hermana. Eso es lo único que tiene bien, la espada de su hermana. Tiene artefactos muy sumiles.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
De nivel 60 no, los tendrás que hacer de nivel 90 para que te den de cosas de 5 estrellas. No, los dominios no te dan cosas de 5 estrellas. Con mi nivel sumil no. Coño pasa, tío, no es así. O hay que investigar aquí algo. Vale. Era justo en ese punto que no se veía. Hostia, Manolito, gafotas.
Well. Looks like we meet again, traveler.
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do with—
Strange place. Plotting.
Lo revientan.
I will have order.
Make yourselves a room! Grow!
Cascade.
It's futile.
Solidify.
Hey!
¿Qué ha pasado?
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete... Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence, the bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last.
Traveler. ¿Se ha rayado esto o qué?
What do we do? Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see.
So sweet.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Oh, guess that makes sense. She does look kind of rough at the moment. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better...
Hypatia.
Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have...
No tengo un
I
billete de
see.
avión.
So, you're friends of Tainari. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this.
Well, actually, we didn't bring... We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and...
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from...
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange...
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself... You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to...
So, Hypatia, just what kind...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was
Bien,
still
no,
pounding,
ya ha subido 9
and my
niveles.
mind was
Lo han
racing with
cambiado
all the
mucho, lo han
knowledge
mejorado
that I
un
had
montón,
touched.
tío. Han bajado el pase de batalla un montón de niveles. Ahora dan incluso skins sutiles gratis, feel free to play. Han bajado el precio del pase de batalla.
And at that very
Han metido un
moment,
modo de
I
construcción para
suddenly noticed a
construir
small figure at the opening of the
tu
cave.
prueba si quieres. Y han metido un modo de juego de pruebas de otros jugadores. Está muy chulo. Hostia, esto no me acordaba de esto
In my
del pase.
curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't... I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul.
Voy un momento, niña, que me voy a hacer un cigarrito. Ups, tiene un poquitín de hambre a lo mejor, ¿no? Me da la impresión. La verdad han mejorado mucho el Fall Guys, ¿eh? Lo han hecho muy bien. Ahora han hecho un pase de batalla. En vez de durar toda la temporada, dura un mes. Pero en vez de tener 200 niveles, tiene 120, pero solo necesitas 40 para obtener todas las recompensas chetiles. Que antes era 100. Con lo cual, muy muy bien. Estoy muy contento con el nuevo Fall Guys. Ha mejorado mucho, para bien. Igual que el GTA, igualito. Sí, sí, la verdad que sí.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Hyman's getting Alright,
Sí, van por buen camino. La verdad se preocupan de lo que a la comunidad. Yo supongo que detectarían que mucha gente, que los que llegábamos al 100 dejamos de jugar en cuanto llegamos y quedaba mucha temporada por delante. Y también verían que mucha gente se frustraría porque no llegaba al 100 y además el pase de pago era lo que daba los chetil y tal. Entonces ahora dan un traje súper chulo gratis del todo, sin tener el pase chetil. Al nivel 35, además de 40, o sea que 35 niveles hace bien. ¿Viste lo de GTA que ven por culo? El que de GTA. Lo del laboratorio de ácido, otra vez, ¿o a qué te refieres? Dame un artefacto o una planta, dame algo. Me sirve una papa. No la he leído siquiera, no. Creo que el laboratorio de ácido otra vez, ¿no? Y ya está. Lo de siempre. Laboratorio de ácido y las misiones del imbécil al 1,5. Y ya está. Sí, siempre lo mismo. Para ellos hacen, la gente ya se acabará cansando y a tomar por culo ya. O sea, ya dirán, mira, le den por culo a esta mierda. Ya no meten nada nuevo, no meten contenido. Siempre meten lo mismo. La cagan de plano, macho. Vaya mierda. Igualitos que los del Fall Guys. Que te digo yo que han notado que esta temporada anterior ha habido muchas bajas y han dicho, hostia, esto hay que bajarlo, Manuel, o nos quedamos sin gente, como es normal. Porque no hay que perdernos de que aunque sea un juego free to play, su objetivo, como de todas las desarrolladoras, es ganar dinero. Y si se va la gente y se vuelve el juego aburrido, tedioso, pesado, difícil, llegar a tal, pues lo han bajado muchísimo. Ya te digo, de 100 niveles que necesitabas para completar el pase Chetil, el de pago, ahora 40. Y el pase en vez de 900 monedas especiales vale 600. O sea, de puta madre. Lo han mejorado un montón. Dan cositas chetiles, además dan cosas gratis también. Siguen dando monedas de 800 que te puedes llevar ahora. Antes eran 1300. Ahora te puedes llevar 800 con el pase chetil. Y con el pase gratuito de esas 800, 200 te las llevas gratis. Antes te llevabas 300 de 1300. O sea, lo han mejorado mucho. De manera que la gente que tuviera ahorradas de otras temporadas se puede comprar el pase sin problema. Con lo cual, lo que quieren es que la gente siga jugando. Y en un momento dado meten algo chetil y por nostalgia o lo que sea te lo compres. Es como funciona. Es un poco como el Genshin con el gacha. Hay gente que no le mete ni un duro y hay gente que dice, hostia, me encanta este personaje, venga, vale, meto 30 eurillos, me faltan de protos. O la bendición, o el pase para obtener las armas y los deseos chetiles. Pues bueno.
Not to worry, though. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest.
Whoa, you're really serious.
I am a researcher after all.
Los tíos se preocupan. Lo que hacen todas las desarrolladoras, Genshin se preocupa por los jugadores. Por eso cada versión nos hacen una encuesta y nos tienen muy en cuenta. Evidentemente no pueden atender todas nuestras solicitudes, vamos a llamarlas así, pero sí que nos tienen muy presentes y las cosas que gustan las repiten y las que no gustan mucho pues las repiten menos. Pero Genshin está súper pendiente de su comunidad, por eso después de 2 años está en el candelero todavía. ¿Sabes? O sea...
Of course I do. However,
y esa es la diferencia entre Genshin o Fall Guys y GTA, que GTA pasa de su juego, pasa de su comunidad y pasa de todo. Les da igual, lo único que quieren es sacar pasta y lo único que les interesa es el GTA Plus y que te compres el Starter Pack ese. O que te compres directamente tarjetas tiburón para comprarte el coche de turno. Es su única preocupación en la vida. Te ponen la mierda del negocio del ácido, que a mí me parece una mierda, por mucho que diga lícito el mundo, me parece una mierda de negocio. Y ya está, es negocio de ácido al 1,5. Hola, en sesiones públicas puedes ganar $500,000. Dices ya, o sea, la de años que hemos estado llorando para que pudiéramos vender en sesiones privadas y ahora la gente empieza a fomentar que vendas en sesiones públicas. Vete a mierda.
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, you know where to find me. Even though that little neighbor of mine was able to induce a state of dream, the end of your dream seemed quite terrifying. Not to worry, though. I'm sure you'll be able to handle whatever comes. As someone from Sumeru who cannot dream, I needn't ever worry about nightmares. But lately, I've started to feel that I'm somehow heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, You know, our Sumeru researchers use Spiritborn Ale to assist them in connecting with Irminsul to extract knowledge from it. Though the process can be... Unfortunately, I cannot help you understand your dream. At least not yet. I hope that I'll be able to ascend past Satyavada life. Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about... I've heard local children here in the rainforest speaking of fairy-like creatures. But I'm from Sumeru. Perhaps this is because I had a very strict upbringing. My parents would seldom allow me to play with other children. I doubt they... And speaking of my little neighbor, I think they can somehow sense when Tighnari... I've noticed on several occasions that as they're playing under the trees, they'll suddenly tense up and scamper away for no apparent reason. Shortly after they do... Perhaps I should ask Tighnari about... Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, take care. Do remember to come visit anytime you're in the area.
Vale, pase, cariño. Vuelva a Villa Gandarva. Ya me acuerdo la primera vez que venimos a Sumeru, tío, y con los bichos estos voladores. Cómo lo gozamos, Los pétalos estos dorados, la verdad es que son sensacionales para moverte por el mapa. Lo han hecho muy bien. Igual que en GTA, que todo meten cosas nuevas y mejoras. Y el puente, oiga. Oiga, el puente, el camino. Oiga, el camino. Gracias. Son muy humildes.
Think about it, Tighnari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in this. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is... As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
GTA, como no haya más negocios, mejorará, aunque siempre es lo mismo.
Keep
No, ya no
your
es cuestión de
emotions in
negocios,
check,
tienen que meter
Gulab.
contenido nuevo y
Let's
entretenido.
at least listen.
Sage Kage, I am
Y
truly honored
cosas
that you
nuevas,
came here
tienen
in
que meter
person,
coches,
but I'm
aunque
afraid
sea
I
lo
must
único
still
que tienen,
decline
pues
your
que metan
invitation.
coches. No
I
pueden
am
estar
merely a forest
metiendo un
watcher.
coche y quitándolo cada
How
semana.
could
Eso es
the
una
great-
mierda, hombre.
I see.
Si pretenden que la gente va a estar pendiente cuando
And
vuelva
what
el coche, lo
exactly-
tienen crudo.
You'll know once you've...
And,
Nada, una mierda.
There's no definite...
do you mean... If that's the case...
Tighnari...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
No me mires así, viejo, que te escupo,
Tighnari, what was that?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but all that can wait. How did things go with the...
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered...
Very good. Now that the Traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how...
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru...
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short. Oh, how about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amorta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but...
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this item is the very basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! That's right. Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave.
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go.
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
Dignarias, eh?
Kale is waiting at the northmost crossing of Gandharvaville. You should be able to... Don't you worry about Kale. I'll look after her. I'll find... Kale is waiting at the northmost crossing of Gandharvaville. It seems there's a major project underway at the but I can't afford to leave Gandharvaville now. Things are not going well here in the rainforest, and Kale needs someone to watch over. Given that my master hasn't come to give me an earful personally, it seems that my presence is not as sorely needed. Kale is waiting at the northmost crossing of Gandharv. Farewell.
Manda una carta. A ver si la puedo leer. No creo. Bueno, debería poderla leer ya que es mía, ¿no? Vamos, es para mí. Vamos, no es para mí, pero es Cheti. Rojawi.
I've been waiting for you to... Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And,
Qué moninas con él, ¿verdad?
I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. I just wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend. Not some girl that needs... But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends. And we're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Qué mona es.
Before you leave,
Oh? What is it?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh.
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we...
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The Rangers will always be ready to assist you here.
Qué mona. Tiene cita con Lei.
I hope
No,
you have a
¿verdad?
safe
¿O
trip
sí?
to Sumeru City and get to meet the Dendro Archon there. I'm much better now. I'll be back on patrol again starting tomorrow. Even though I'm not quite ready to help Master clear the Withering Zones yet, there is still plenty of other tasks for me to Oh, and Traveler? If you ever see Amber again during your travels, please... Amber knows about my case of Elazar and what's happened in my past. But I guess I just don't want her to worry about me. If the need arises, I'll tell her about it myself.
All right, we understand, Kale.
I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet the Dendro Archon there. Kinda hard to believe the Master... His culinary techniques are very polished, but his taste is a little... unusual. The last time I went a little too heavy on the spices for my pita pockets, Master started having a sneezing fit. Of course, I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet the Dendro Archon there. See you later! Be sure to come back often. Even though Master didn't admit it, I'm sure he wants to see you again.
¿Tienes cita con la IHT o no? No me acuerdo. ¿Sí? Ah, no sabía. Vamos a usar a Tignari, ¿no? Ya que estamos aquí en Sumeru.
I'll lead the way.
Ah, ya está. A ver si lo subo a
Why is there a
Tignari
chest here?
también. Qué chetín. Oye, qué chetín el señor este. O me lo parece a mí. ¿Es chetín o me lo parece a mí este señor? Yo creo que es chetil, ¿no? Mola lo de Baizu, que cuando coges una bicha de estas te da vida, ¿sabes? Es una estupidez, pero a mí me hace gracia.
Can't see?
Ahí va.
Cascade.
Oye, qué chetil este señor, ¿no? Hola, perro. Hola, Diego, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes, ¿Todo bien? ¿Todo lindo? O no, yo me acuerdo, no debería de tener. Gracias, tío, bienvenido. ¿Juegas Genshin también? Muy bien. AR50, ¿quién? Diego. Bien, ¿no? Pues AR50 está bien, tío. Qué pena me da. Ah, 55, joder, qué chido. Qué pena me da, tío, que se vayan estos eventos humildes, Intenta adivinarlo. Ah, vale. Pues te has quedado corto por 5 ARs, pero muy bien, oye, 50 bien. 55 muy bien, tío.
Sumeru City! Ah, we finally made it! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Me encantan las músicas del juego y las de Sumeru son espectaculares. No, el evento ya lo tengo hecho, Diego. Estoy avanzando el arco de Sumeru. De hecho, empezándolo. De hecho, estoy empezando el arco de Sumeru. Estoy llevando ahora Sumeru a nivel historia, a nivel Arquil. El evento ya lo tengo hecho, tanto este como el del gamusino volador. Sí, está bien.
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device. Perhaps you too have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord Rukadav. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions, the Akasha Terminal. As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need.
Aquí la verdad fue un poco sumez, tío, porque te plantean esto y coño, podrás usar en la casa si ves algo o lo que sea, pero no, o sea, es parte de
I
la
should
historia.
mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. Here are your Akasha terminals. Please handle them with care.
It kinda looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Qué pro, y se pone ahí solo. Ala, y se te pone un antifaz también, tío.
Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and bam! You get it.
¿Ves? Yo pensé que a lo largo de la historia a lo mejor podías usarlo para alguna cosa, yo que sé, para encontrar puntos débiles o zonas ocultas o algo. Tenía mucho hype, pero la verdad luego pues, se quedó en esto. Esto es todo lo que ves funcionar en la casa.
And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let Paimon try. 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Suristana. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels... Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. It feels like the people of... You too? What? because we're Outlanders and we've... Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead... He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the Academia. Let's see. Kainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate.
Yes, we must.
Let's head over and have a look.
No,
Hopefully he's at home. Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great. You see, Kainari sent...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work.
Here, this is a letter from Tainari.
Oh, let me see. Oh, seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't... Sorry, the Akasha didn't...
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that?
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't... All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Sorasthana.
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors.
But...
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kus... In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never accomplish. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper...
Okay.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within... Hey, come on! This is a survival skill.
Paimon's expectations were pretty... So what do we do now? Even if we want to talk... Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine!
Ad Astra Abyssal. Anda, ¿qué hay aquí? Cofre,
All
tío.
yours, should you have any use for them.
Mira los pósters del evento, tío, se van a quitar. Me da penilla que se acabe el evento, Sí, me he hecho cuatro hipostasis dentro.
Catherine, we need...
Understood.
We want to meet with...
Para subir al arconte dentro.
I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information.
Aww, another dead end. Well...
Please, do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you two.
Ya lo sé, te lo agradezco mucho,
In
tío.
Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild
Como no
does
sabía
not
si te
serve
ibas a
as the
conectar o
vanguard
no.
of information.
Y me he conectado
Rather,
tarde, además, soy
there are numerous
consciente.
active mercenaries. They take
Pues
on
digo, va,
various
pues voy a
contracts and
hacérmelo
work all across
para gastar la
Sumeru. An
resina
airlight brigade
para
called
poder
the Corps
subir al
of 30 is
arconte
in charge of Sumeru
y
City's
para subir un
defenses.
poquito el pase, no mucho,
Not
pero bueno,
only are
algo
they the
subirá
Corps
siempre,
of
¿sabes?
30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because the Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters, the Citadel of Rexar. You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck. We look forward to your exploits in Sumeru.
Qué sutil es que hace de máscaras, qué bien me cae.
Ad Astra...
Sí, es que digo, hago Flores Ley, digo, no necesito dinero, digo, de libros, digo, tampoco necesito libros. Digo, ¿qué hago? Digo, Dominios no me apetece, digo, hostia, voy a cocer la hipostasis para subir a Najira, que la tengo al 40. Y la he hecho 4 veces. Y la he subido al 60, por lo menos. A este señor le he subido... También lo he ascendido al 60, que me faltaban guardamanos. He sintetizado guardamanos de 8000 y le he subido el nivel y le he subido un poco los talentos también a Yato.
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you to.
Y eso. Y a Najida le he subido el talento, la elemental, un nivel. O sea, lo subiré más, ya se iré subiendo.
I see. So, it's...
Wait.
We originally came from the dead. It isn't just us.
Oh? Why?
Just take the Academia. In their eyes, she... Because of the Academia, not to mention that...
Really?
But...
All right.
Nope.
Un poquito más, sí, claro.
Seems Osfond was right about most people's attitudes here.
Porque me han puesto ahí de un Yarzar de repente y
Not
de
only are
repente
they
se ha
not
quitado.
interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who can—
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can—
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of... In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrow.
Okay, and then...
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro. Oh, Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by... Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder...
Yeah, thanks for the story! Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy inside after that.
In a way, it seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now.
Hey, wait! What? It looks like they're searching for... This stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser... Let's see if we can get rid of them.
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went... that way.
Quick, after her!
That should keep him busy for a while.
Ay, he sacado el Tignaris, no me he dado cuenta. Espérate. estoy aquí a la mesa de síntesis, voy a sintetizar. Coño, me falta uno. Yo creo que sí, ¿eh? Yo he visto Tignaris con el ataque normal bastante subido. Piensa que para ser un arquero tiene el escalado bastante alto. Espérate, déjame ver. Creo que sí, ¿eh? Mira, 44,6. Espérate. Venti tiene 40,8. Diona 39,1 al 2. El Lelo este 37,8 al 1. Colei creo que también está un poco enfocada al DPS. 43,6, ¿ves? También hace, para ser arquera no está mal. Amber 36,1, es muy sumil Amber, la pobre. Colei es mucho mejor en DPS. Esta señorita también está enfocada al DPS. ¿Ves? 49, casi 23. No, bueno, o sea, 23 y 21, 44, 45 casi. Con nivel 1. Esta también. 44,1. Faruzan creo que también tiene talentos luchiles. 44,7. Y Sara Sumil, 36,9. Yo creo que sí, ¿eh? Yo he visto a Tignaris subidos. 44,6. Hombre, no es malo. Hombre, es ver los talentos, claro. El talento 1 hace tal y luego lo que hace es tira la pelota esa y lo que hace le da las 3 cargas esas, ¿no? Tignaris lanza hacia enfrente un núcleo viñana, al cual inflige daño dentro y crea un área viñana. Obtiene efecto de perforación, el cual reduce en 2,4 segundos el tiempo de carga de las flechas florales. Este efecto desaparece cuando termina su duración cuando haya disparado 3 flechas. O sea, le da como 3 cargas de las flechas chetiles. ¿Ves? Pero si te das cuenta... Espérate. Las flechas florales, si te das cuenta, son en los básicos. ¿Ves? Flecha floral. Es en los básicos donde hace daño la flecha floral. Con lo cual sí que te interesa subirlo. ¿Por qué? Porque mira, la flecha floral sube de daño. Con lo cual sí que interesa subirle los básicos. Porque los disparos normales no los vas a usar, pero la floral con la elemental sí, claro. ¿Sabes? Y luego la ulti... 6 flechas enredaderas. No, estas son otras flechas, son diferentes. Luego los talentos. Tras disparar una flecha floral, la maestría elemental de Tignar aumenta al 50. Y el segundo talento, el daño de ataque cargado y las flechas enredadoras de Tignari aumentan un 0,06% por cada punto de maestría elemental. Pues los básicos sí que le vienen bien porque la flecha floral, es decir, tú haces esto, tiras el pedo ese y te carga automáticamente esto 3 veces prácticamente, ¿ves? Esto es la flecha floral, pues sube el daño de esta flecha, ¿sabes? Con los básicos, sube el daño de la flecha bastante además, ¿sabes? Tiras esto, pum, pum, pum. No sé qué bufo tiene, por cierto. ¿En qué le ha subido? ¿La maestría o qué le ha subido? ¿O el daño? ¿O qué le sube? No sé qué le sube. El tema es eso, que tú lanzas el ataque, lanzas el chisme este y entonces haces 3 flechas florales prácticamente al instante, las carga instantáneamente casi. Pues ese daño es daño de normal, ¿sabes? Este daño que hacen estas flechas es como si fuera tal. Y luego el segundo talento pasivo hacen más daño los cargados también, que son esos. ¿Ves? El talento del nivel 70 hace que el ataque cargado y las flechas enredadoras, que son las de la ulti, aumenten un 0,06% por cada punto de maestría elemental que tenga Tignari. Puede aumentar hasta un 60%. O sea, si lo llevas bien de maestría, también, ¿sabes? Pues puede hacer buen daño. Si lleva 1000 de maestría, gana un 60%, por ejemplo, ¿sabes? Para que te hagas una idea de daño. Yo he visto hacer mucho daño con Tignari. El alas celestiales, pues bien. ¿Sabes? Yo es que el alas celestiales no lo tengo, claro, no tengo ningún 5 estrellas aquí. Le puedes poner este a las malas, que le da maestría, aumenta el daño de la elemental, que bueno, no es mucho, pero en la definitiva sí, porque son las flechas enredadoras, con lo cual un 30% más está muy bien, ¿sabes? El que no le va bien es este, claro. Por los cargados, de normal siempre va bien, un herrumbre en plan ametralladora viene muy bien, pero a nivel cargados, F, claro, porque hace menos daño. Y el sacrificio, pues, bueno, tiene una elemental corta, Tignari, tiene un cooldown bajo, ¿sabes? De elemental. Creo que son... Quiero decir que en lo que tiras estas 3 flechas, ¿ves? Es que carga súper rápido cuando está la bola esa. ¿Ves? Ya está casi otra vez. En lo que tiras las 3 flechas ya tienes la elemental. ¿Cuál le quita probabilidad? Hombre, el alas celestiales no es malo, ¿eh? Le va bien, claro que le va bien. Es buen arco, muy buen arco. Le da probabilidad y daño crítico, con lo cual está de puta madre. O sea, muy bien, Epchetep.
There you are, Dunyarzad! We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people...
Really? Thank you so much. Uh-oh. Looks like there are some coming this way.
Huh? More of them? Then what are we standing...
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can...
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep...
Pues yo sí le subiría a los básicos, porque los básicos, es decir, la flecha floral es de básico, con lo cual te interesa que suba el daño. Sí, no es la prioridad a lo mejor, pero sí que interesa, yo creo. De hecho, yo creo que el primer talento le tienen puesta la ulti, luego los básicos y luego la elemental. Ahora lo miro un momento. En cuanto me cargue, miro a ver a Tignari la recomendación que dan.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
Qué chetil es de ella, chetella, chaval. Aquí me enamoré ya, en esta primera escena.
My lady, who are these two? They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happen to know.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you? And where are...
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Qué bonita es de ella. Cómo me gusta. Qué pena que la han tratado tan mal. Pobrecita.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back!
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple?
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but... And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be...
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my... And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. I still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with... Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to. Because she saved me. The love, this is my life and my last chance.
My lady, are you sure what...
Yes, I'm
Fine, I won't ask, but let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you, Dia.
Don't worry, today's little excursion caused... Since this definitely won't... So, I'll let you hide.
Okay.
Yay! Looks like...
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have...
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's...
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
Sure! After you rest up, we...
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here. 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 You just can't beat the atmosphere.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here. You just can't beat the atmosphere here. You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea. Ah.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here. You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
Ah.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here. You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
Ah.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story. Join the core. Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Why don't you join the core?
sure I'd forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story. Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance. Good old times.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance. Good old times.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
Why don't you join the Corps of 30? Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Good old times. Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
Alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Why don't you join the Corps of 30?
Good old times.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Why don't you join the Corps of 30?
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Only clear measure of performance.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Why don't you join the Corps?
Only clear measure of performance.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Why don't you join the Corps?
Thanks, but I'll pass. Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Why don't you join the Corps?
Clear measure of performance.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
But I'll pass.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
Why don't you join the Corps third?
But I'll pass.
Ah.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here. You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
Just can't beat the atmosphere here.
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was. Ah.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea. Ah.
You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was. Ah. Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in. Ah. Just can't beat the atmosphere here. I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea. You just can't beat the atmosphere here. I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was. Ah. You just can't beat the atmosphere here.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story. Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
One side of the story.
Ah.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance. But I'll pass.
Ah.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
I want you to join the Corps of Third. Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance. But I'll
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Ah.
only clear measure of performance. But
Why don't you join the Corps of Third?
sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story. Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story. Why don't you join the chorus?
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story. Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
But all right. Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
But all right. Scores are the only clear measure of performance.
Hola, Epchetep. Me voy a ir a dormir porque estoy reventado.
Looking at the scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Word on the street is that...
Nah, you get you.
You got it. Huh? Isn't...
Thank you, sir. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Yeah, we're already...
How about our charcoal-baked Agelena cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. What do you have against my slime dishes?
Sí, hay que ir a dormir, tío. Estoy reventado, estoy cansado.
Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of...
Well, remember...
Y mañana Dios
Yes,
proveerá.
it was when I was a child. I was stuck inside. My younger self knew. Then one night, at that moment, and it...
Dunyarzad. Who are you? How do I explain this? Really? Of course. Wow. Dinner's odd. What? Huh? Then... oh. Then...
After that, although my body beyond my window, once I finally made... But I know that that voice wasn't a fit. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside. That voice
Mañana
sparked a
Life
desire
Street
for
se tiene
wisdom.
sumir.
I've been hoping
Pro,
for
qué
it.
ganas.
What's this?
It's lesser
A las
Lord.
2
It's
dijo Liz
actually
que
an...
era de
I
la
heard
tarde o
everyone
qué
was...
dijo.
But because of the academia... Maybe they see less...
Aww.
It is. It's sure the great...
Just remember that we're still...
I know that people... But recently, I gave her my savings...
Hold on. My lady, does it...
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a...
Yes. I've agreed with Neil.
Sure. That's quite the trip, though.
No, that would be too...
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you...
But of
Uno, dos,
course.
¿qué?
Nilu will be through...
A las 2, ¿no? Creo que dijo Liz ayer. Bueno, era hecho igual. El día 2. No sé cuándo será, pero vamos. Bueno. Pues mañana, si Dios quiere, más Epchetep. Ya hemos avanzado un poquito en la trama de Sumeru. Y ya seguiremos. Sí, a las 2 de la tarde. De todos modos estaré al loro, iré probando. Y a la 1 menos, pues miraré a ver. No recuerdo. Venga, buenas noches, tío. Que descanses tú también. Que vaya muy bien. Hablamos mañana. Comentaremos el stream de la 3.7. Buenas noches, Epchetep. Gracias por pasarte. Espero que te hayas divertido, que te hayas entretenido, que es la intención. Buenas noches y hasta mañana. Chao.